let's just do a bit of clearing, a bit of settling. I do feel like heart-centered, light-working, sensitive people over these times will feel fragile, will feel exhausted, will feel a loss of hope at times, will feel doubt that any change is possible. And I think that's part of the gig. Wouldn't it be great if it were easy just to hold this vibration and not shift from it? But then, of course, that would mean, I think, not actually feeling the things that we're wanting to cultivate compassion and change in. So we do have these times, don't we, where we're challenged, and it can be right up close and personal in our personal life and our relationships or our workplace, somewhere in our family, right there. It can feel a bit further out, like in community or further out in the nation. But there's still those times, aren't there, where we feel battered by the circumstances that we find ourselves in. And those circumstances are a complete shifting of consciousness for humanity away from a physical and ownership basis to something more holistic and balanced. I think I'm going to start with a story before we do some clearing, just to help us all out. Some time ago, I read a book called Under the Quandong Tree by a beautiful Wiradjuri elder, Min Maya. And in the book, she talks about many beautiful dreaming stories. And one of them I'd like to tell you tonight, because I feel it's a story that is a great restorer of hope. I can't remember if it's the late 80s or the early 90s. There was a gathering of the elders. The gathering was because there was concern for humanity and the state of our planet. And so in Aboriginal culture, our earth in particular travels on dreaming tracks, and that every 5,000 years or so we shift dreaming tracks. And that the dreaming tracks that we were on up until the early 90s or the early 2000s, it was a dreaming track where the focus was of the physical dimension. And we can see how that has unfolded as we also travel through a dark age. So the elders got together because of the concern for the way humanity was heading. And it was determined by them that we should move dreaming tracks as soon as possible. And so what that meant was that part of the Aboriginal culture is that sacred stones from here are taken to places around the world and placed in sacred places around the world. And that these stones contribute to us being on the dreaming tracks that we're on, and I guess holding steady on those tracks. And so the elders who were concerned in this gathered together people, and one of the elders, called Min Maya, I think she'd been training with her, and gave her this task of travelling to Great Britain, England, Ireland, and to the United States. And her job was to collect some stones from different places. And she was talking particularly about one of the stones being, I believe, in Ireland. And the elder said that she would find the stone this far from the sacred spot or the altar in this sacred place. It's where the foliage was close to the ground and had small white flowers and leaves that curled up at night. And that she was to take this many paces from that spot in this direction and dig down. And she showed her what the stone would look like exactly. She drew the markings on it. And Min Maya asked her, when was the stone put there? And the elder said, 5,000 years ago. And Min Maya said, and who put it there? And the elder said, I did. And so Min Maya sets off on the travels and goes to the places she's asked to go. And it's kind of arduous, because finding somewhere that is a place 5,000 years after something was put there is difficult. She did eventually find the stone. She wanted to just pick up any stone and take it back, but she knew that that would be a world of trouble karmically. So she goes to the place and she finds the spot, and she She paces out where she needs to pace out, and she digs down, and the only thing that's different is that she has to dig down further because there's 5,000 years of life on top of when the stone was put there. But she finds that stone, and she does find all of the other stones that she's asked to find in extraordinary circumstances, with what we would call no information, I reckon, to find these. Like instructions like find the big corroboree in America, find the big corroboree and sit under a tree, and an elder will come and find you and exchange stones with you. So America's a big place, and Native Americans have very many powwows, or corroborees as we'd call them here. But she found them. She kept following the truth and she found them. Anyway, she came back, and the others came back, I imagine, who were also sent out, and had to ritually smash the stones in Redfern, I believe it was. And the reason for me that this story is a story that automatically brings me hope is that they already knew, and the elders already took action. And I think these times that we're in are part of the results of that, because we can't wave a wand and say everything is different now. Everybody wake up now. Ding, wake up now. It takes a tide going out and a tide coming in for the whole of humanity to uplift its consciousness. Low vibrational consciousness is very heavy and hard to lift. And so for me, that story gives me hope, because the elders took that decision after a lot of discussion and moved us from the tracks 70 to 100 years before we were due to shift on those tracks. And so I feel like they knew what they were doing. They knew what needed to be done. They did what needed to be done. And so our job is to remember things like this and to go, okay, we band together, we get together, we help each other uplift and be strong. And we remember that we're a community of light workers, a worldwide global community of light workers operating on the planet. And every single thing we encounter, whether it's minute or personal or transpersonal or enormous, the way that we approach that with all of the feelings involved will either contribute to our incoming tide of spirit themed life, which is the new dreaming tracks, or it will add to the weight of the old consciousness. Now, I'm not suggesting that we all have to be perfect all the time. I, of all people, would not suggest that we have to be perfect all the time, because I'm the first to fall off that idea. We do our best. This is why we gather together, is because it gets difficult and because we can forget where our hearts are, and we can doubt ourselves and others, and we can doubt that there'll be change. And so that's why I told you that story tonight. The elders already knew. The elders already knew. And I think we can do this. I think another trick in these situations is being okay with, I may not see the change I'm seeking in my lifetime, but absolutely everything I do of a heart-centered vibration will contribute, whether I'm here or not. That's me. That's where I'm at right now. All right, so let's do a bit of clearing, and let's remember we're a team. Connect with light workers all over the world. So making yourselves comfy in your chair, close down our eyes, take your awareness to your breath. And lovely long, slow out breaths. Regular in breaths. Nice. Keep breathing that way. Lovely long, slow out breaths. And with each out breath, let your body relax a bit more. Let the energy drop down into the earth a bit more. She'll receive it and she'll hold you. Beautiful. Keep breathing that way. Really, really taking some time to connect with the earth beneath us. Nunjanatia, Pachamama, Papatuanuku, Gaia. Many, many names she has. Mother, mother, mother. In every one of them, she's mother. So let's just stay down here for a moment with the earth. And wherever you are at the moment, connect not only down into the earth, but kind of outwards through whatever buildings are around you to whatever life is around you. Whatever trees are there, green areas, forest or bush, ocean or lake. That's it. Really connecting with the spirit of where you are. That's the way. Beautiful. Keep the out breath long and slow and the in breath shorter. We acknowledge the original custodians of the land on which we each find ourselves. We pay our respects to the elders past, present and emerging, to language and culture. We ask that we be connected with our long past ancestors from the ancestral lineages we've come, from which we've come, from before the times of ever being colonized. And we ask that the elders of those ancestors join us here. Beautiful. Just keep that breath going and add your love for Mother Earth into your out breath as you sit close to her. Feeling your roots and your energy field deep within Mother Earth. Beautiful. Let the love come back on the in-breath. And taking a beautiful deep breath in, filled with Gaia Nunjanatia's love for you, bringing it up through your body and releasing the breath upwards and sending your love, her love, all the love and all the light up, 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 up. And then let that light pour back down from beyond where our minds can go, down through your pillar of light and into your crown. With your out breath, send it with love down through your body and gift that to Nunjanatia, who drinks up the offering and with joy sends back energy as you breathe in. Her response, add your love and offering it upwards. In from above, bring it to the heart center in the middle of the chest. And as you breathe out through everywhere, allow all of the walls around you to dissipate into light. And finding us in our wilderness classroom with the huge, like the giant redwoods, huge trees. And the fire burns in the center of our circle. And just take a moment to be here and breathe with the trees and the earth and the sky. A quarter moon in the sky, or a third moon. Inky black sky and stars. And just breathe with this space. As we call on the oneness, the infinite absolute, one that resides in everything, including us. Take a breath in, and on your out breath, send love for that oneness everywhere, including inside you. We call on the cosmic mother and the cosmic father. Breathing that energy, everyone, knowing that they are within as well as everywhere, through us and around us. We call on the enlightenedness within and on all of our spiritual teachers, past and present, who blaze with unconditional love and shine that light, the light of that blaze on our paths. We call on Nanjanatia, Mother Earth, and all of the mothers of the kingdoms of nature, and all of the representatives of those kingdoms, animal, plant, mineral, mycelial, eukaryotic. And just being aware of being joined by many animal totems, plant totems, representatives of nature, of springs and ponds, of flowing rivers and creeks and abundant flow of river and waterfalls, spirits of mountain, of valley, of desert, of wetland, spirits of fire and sun and seasonal change and shift, spirits of tree, of blossom, of moss, of algae, spirits of gold and crystal and all of the mineral kingdom. Feel yourself not alone, in fact, the opposite of alone, joined by countless loving energies, all who wish to help usher in the tide for the dreaming track of spiritual based life. We call on our souls and the spark of oneness within us, and we call on our personal teams of guides, teachers, and friends in the spiritual hierarchy who love us unconditionally. We call on the energy of the sun and just breathe that energy on the spirit of the sun. We call on the spirit of moon, on the planets and the constellations. And we give thanks for this opportunity to join together, to transmute, transform, to uplift, to play our part, and to contribute to the uplifting of human consciousness and shifts that help bring harmony between all species here on our mother planet. In full faith, so be it. So just connecting with all the energy here. Strong support of Gaia, whatever your name is for our Mother Earth. Beautiful Pachamama. Really strong, nurturing support from her. That's it. Connecting with the violet flame. And let it cascade down through you, this incredible white and violet fire. And just lovingly let it saturate into your stress that you might have had, the things that seem to trip us up, the difficult things to be with or bear witness to or be around. If you've had loss or you're experiencing loss, just let it saturate into you. If you've felt exhausted, let it saturate into there. If you feel divided or confused or unsure, just let the fire saturate in. Welcome the fire. Welcome the fire as a friend all the way through your being. And just repeating after me, I command all negative thoughts, negative vibrations, negative energy, and all pockets of trapped emotion to leave my body, mind, and energy field now. Through divine grace, so be it. Take a lovely deep breath of that fire in from above and breathing out through everywhere. Good. So just let that fire pour into the top part of the head. And with your awareness particularly on stress right now, and just say, I give all of my stress to the violet flame, to be dissolved and disintegrated now. Take a deep breath in. Pull it into the crown, deep into the brain, and then back out through the crown. Good. Okay, and then letting the violet flame come in and saturate the whole head and the throat and the neck and into the shoulders and the chest, back and front. Really let the heart be saturated. And let the fire saturate also down through the arms. And say, I give all of my grief, disillusion and disappointment, that there's still so much suffering, wrongdoing, and disempowering action happening in the world. And take a deep breath in from above and releasing out of that whole top half from the ribs, from just below the chest or the breasts up. That's good. Let the fire come down again, this time saturating into the solar plexus area or the top of the stomach, the gut, right to the waist. Good. And say, I give all of my disappointment that I've worked so hard with little change and little transformation. Take a deep breath in from above and releasing front and back, right from the waist, that whole top half. That's it. And then letting the whole of the body, all of the energy centers or chakras, becoming filled with the fire. And just let it arise. There's some of it in the lower back, like there's like the tiredness in the lower back and the sometimes feeling alone. Letting the violet flame just pour into every bit of us. And I ask that all of the light workers around our beautiful planet who love us unconditionally from on planet and off planet, that your energy join us now and help us. Good. And so what if we say, as one we choose to dissolve and release all heavy disappointment, a sense of feeling battered, sense of dejection or hopelessness from my body, mind, and energy field now. And taking a deep breath in and letting go through everywhere. And may this be released wherever karmically possible from every light worker across the planet, every person striving for community, unity, balance, equity, equanimity, equality, justice. That's it. Take another deep breath in. Let go through everywhere. And just thinking of the things where your mind takes you most often in terms of the disappointment or the sadness or the grief or the anger or the fear, those areas where your mind goes most often. And just being aware of cords of attachment or lines of energy going to those places that are literally draining your energy and also pulling your focus away from your truth. And so saying, I release all cords of attachment to all of the people, individuals, organizations, institutions, systems and governments that are draining my energy and pulling me away from my truth. I release these cords easily and gracefully now. And take a deep breath in from above. And letting go of those cords from the inside of you. Really just let them boop out. Good. And just lightly being aware of those people, places, organizations, institutions, governments, groups, individuals, and say, I call back my spirit. I call back all of my energy from those people and places where it's been leaking. I call back my energy now. And breathing in and knowing your energy to be sparkling, pull it back to you. And breathe it out down into your belly. Good. Do that again. Just pull all your energy out of where you've had it, out of worry, out of overthinking, out of over attachment. Pull it right back to you. So I'm just aware that there's just a couple of threads for us where it's like, but if I let that go, it will mean whatever it will mean. You know, if I let that go, it will mean it's going to happen. Or if I let that go, then that person will get away with wrongdoing, or that organization. But really, you're not letting go of the subject. You're just letting go of being tied up into it and your energy being drained to it. And so I feel like, you know, when we don't have our cords of attachment and we've all got our sovereign energy, we can do the work we need to do. So say, I willingly release all cords of attachment that are draining my energy and giving it to any person, organization, or institution, government or group. I release the cords now, and take a deep breath in, lots of fire, and really letting go, even of the ones you're a bit hesitant to. Be brave. That's it. And again, say, and I call back my power from all of those people, individually and collectively. I call back my power now. That's it. And breathing it in. Hold, and then breathe it out down into the belly. Okay. Connecting with the light that pours down from above and the solid nurture of Nanjanatia from beneath, of Mother Earth. Breathing in from above and up from below. Coming to the heart center in the center of the chest and breathing out through everywhere. Good. And what if we say we humbly ask for blessings from all of the wisdom holders who knew and know what to do and when to do it. And we ask that you inspire us with hope, motivation, and energy to continue to walk a path of coming together in peace and harmony. And just taking a breath and send that prayer, that request out through you, through the everything. That's it. And then remembering all of the company we have from all parts of nature and the cosmos, all of it unconditionally loving, all of it interested in moving into peaceful harmony. diversity celebrated in unity, differences resolved peacefully. There's a lot of help for that, a lot of beings interested in that. And so connecting with that energy now. Beautiful. Really connecting with the energy. And let the hope come. Let it come as a soft light. And with all of this company now, considering the field of human consciousness and raising your hands with the palms facing forward and breathing the violet fire in from above at 100% of your capacity and sending 70 or 80% of that out of your hands. Please retain 20% of it. And we're going to start just sending it. We pull it in with an in-breath. We send it out with an out-breath. And we're going to direct it into the human astral field. Into the human astral field. Into the human astral field. Just keep breathing in from above. Violet flame. Sending it out through the hands. And we ask that all of the company here make use of the violet flame in this way. And say, as one, we ask that the consciousness that holds sleep in place and holds a vibration of below 200 as we know it, be dissolved now. And take a deep breath in and send the violet flame. As one, we send it into the human astral field. And say, as one, we choose to dissolve the structures of human consciousness, of power over, of greed, of misdirection, of lies and falsehoods. We choose to dissolve these as an act of compassion now. Taking a deep breath in, feel the group with you and send the fire with an out breath through the hands and into the human astral field where all of our beliefs as a group, as a collective exist. And they plug into every one of us. So let's change what plugs into people as best we can. Say, as one, we choose to dissolve the structures of consciousness, of violence and aggression, genocide and attack. May the war structures be dissolved. Taking a deep breath in, feel everyone with you. Send the fire out of the hands and into the human astral field. That's it. Good. And then just with our view, particularly on control of information, misdirection, and the spinning of a narrative. And so keeping your hands up and say, as one, we choose to dissolve all of the consciousness structures of spinning a narrative in order to control, misdirection, and misinformation. We ask that the power structures within this be dissolved and transmuted. Taking a deep breath in and flooding fire into the human astral field. Okay, and I'm really aware right now of the soporific nature of the messages through media, TV, social media, you name it, radio, computers, advertising, all of it, all of it, all of it, all of it, all of it. And how it's a sleep drug, which is what I mean by soporific. It's a sleep drug. So what if we say, as one, we choose to dissolve and release all of the programs within the consciousness that keep the masses asleep through media. Okay, let's do it, gang. And we ask that all patriarchal structures within the media and information worlds be dissolved, dismantled, and removed. Breathing in from above and breathing the fire out through the hands, right into the structures and the energy that makes it a sleep drug. Through. Send it through. Another breath in from above. Keep the intention strong. That's it. And what if we say, as the sleep drug is dissolved, may there be a wellspring of curiosity awakened throughout humanity, bringing an upsurge of questioning and challenging the status quo. Take a deep breath in. That feels good to me, and that feels like brilliant light coming now. Breathe it in, send it out through the hands and into the human astral field, that as that sleep drug dissolves, as the soporific nature of the way the media or information operates, as that dissolves, may a wellspring, a nymph of curiosity rise up in humanity. In fact, what if we all say, may the natural curiosity in humans be reawakened at a mass level? And as this occurs, may hearts open wider than ever before. And may the foundation of human government, institution, and existence be loving compassion. And take a deep breath in and bless that into the human astral field as one huge gathering sends that so be it. With it, aho, amen, om ain. That's it. Just keep thinking thank you or saying thank you out loud, or aho, or so be it. And just keep jamming it. A wellspring of curiosity, bringing a huge upsurge of questions of the status quo, opening hearts. That's it. Beautiful. Seeing that as a done deal and see it encapsulated in a clear bubble and rising up, 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 up. Beautiful. And connecting with the ancestors here with us and elders, the other group members, and the worldwide lightworkers, web of lightworkers. That's it. And really seeing that, perhaps using that as a mental image, a net of lightworkers around our globe. And as you engage that in your mind's eye, remembering that you don't need equal light to dark to extinguish the dark. You don't need the same amount of light to illuminate a space. So really seeing the net of good people around the world in all different parts of life, all different countries, with all different capacities, doing good, doing good. Put your focus there for a moment. The many people doing good, most of whom we'll never know, but the many people doing good. Really bring your awareness to that. Put your energy in that, the many people doing good, and that includes each of us. Good. And may this collective light illuminate the parts of human existence where the darkness exists. So be it. Breathing the light yourself, right through your whole being. Feel the gift of light being offered to you, pouring through you. Many colours, much luminosity in it. That's it. Right through your whole being. Right through your whole being. Beautiful. Into your roots that go into the earth. Share some of the energy with Nanjanatia. And then letting some of the energy also flow into each part of your life. Home life, personal life, work life, community life, family life, to our light work, every part of your life, your sleep, your nutrition, your exercise, your hobbies. Let some of this light go to every part of it. That's it. Just taking a moment to be with our ancient forest here. Beautiful. Let your heart fill with gratitude. May all our prayers of a harmonious humanity, living a harmonious life with our beautiful, already harmonious Mother Earth, may all of our prayers, all of our visioning be empowered and help bring forth the peace. So be it. And just gently breathing your way back into your body, letting every breath be a thank you to the divine, to our spiritual teachers, to Mother Earth, to the sun and the moon and the planets and the constellations, to your team, to the elders. Thank you, 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 thank you. Breathing all the way back into the body, wriggling your fingers and toes. And open your eyes when you're ready. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you all soon, my darling ones. Lots and lots and lots of love. Yeah, see you soon.